It has been sent. Wait, what? Oh my god, I typed it wrong. Chat, I'm such an idiot. I typed it wrong. Okay, we got the code! The box has... I'm just kidding, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's a note. It says confidential. Communication attendant to operation. Control number 4 out of 5. Clearance, redacted. Recipient, embedded field agents. Summary of contents. There are top secret documents containing compartmentalized information essential to national security. You are requested to immediately distribute the provided intelligence to your operatives in the field. These materials are to be used in the investigation of site redacted in the Ural Mountains. Please ensure that your package contains documents listed in the column marked manifest. You'll be supplied a projector to aid in the distribution of materials, and then a huge manifest on the side. Are these maps? They look like mini maps in COD. They're projectors. Oh, they're projector slides. What? It's a little clicker. Okay, it's a Carousel 750 projector. Like old. Lock that back on top. Okay, so now we have the loaded projector tray. If I get out of the screen, there we go. Okay, that.
Present this day double the 10,000 of 1861, and the bright balmy day is in marked contrast to the gloomy overcast of a century ago. Scenes familiar from history books and movies come to life at the Capitol as Mr. Lincoln arrives. He is portrayed.
But with increased United States aid and instruction, Vietnam soldiers learn to fight back against the communist Viet Cong. Helicopters become a crucial weapon against guerrillas who strike, then disappear will-o'-the-wisp in marshes. Southeast Asia and Berlin are not the only hazard areas in the orchestrated struggle of the Cold War.
Saqueo. Asegura efectivo cumpliendo contratos, saqueando o eliminando objetivos.
Ahí,
Muy bien, soldado,
es nuestro
marca un punto
objetivo,
de descenso
vamos.
para tu equipo.
NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, presents Aeronautics and Space Report.
At Christmas time, the crew of the USS Pueblo returned home after nearly a year of captivity in North Korea. met by relatives in San Diego. After a tearful reunion, the men unfolded a tale of...
How is the quality of the TV?
Oh, it's beautiful, Mike. It really is.
Oh, geez, that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent?
Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface.
Astronauts Collins, Aldrin, and Armstrong came out of their sealed quarantine tank last night and today had their first day at home in peace. But it will not last long. The schedule in front of them is in some ways more arduous than their trip to the moon.
Un enemigo te está rastreando. Ten cuidado. Hostiles entrando al área. Vigilen el cielo. Enemigo entrando en el...
Atención, UAV seco. Regresamos a la base para reabastecernos.
Picking up the gauntlet, Cox goes before Sarika to subpoena the elusive tapes. In his client's behalf, Charles Allen Wright pleads confidentiality to deny Cox's demand. Sarika...
Asegura efectivo cumpliendo contratos, saqueando o eliminando objetivos. Elige un punto de descenso para tu equipo, soldado.
The Earth.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Neil Armstrong, does it feel like ancient history or only yesterday?
Well, in many ways it seems like 15 years, but many of the individual parts of the flight I recall as if it were yesterday.
By today's standards, the Apollo technology must seem pretty primitive. Was it part miracle? Neil?
I think it was about 99% dedication of the people who put our spacecraft together and ensured it worked the way it was supposed to work.
Thank you for sharing this anniversary with us this morning. You look fine in business suits. You looked great in spacesuits. We'll be back after a station break.
En camino.
Fin de los preparativos. Llegó la hora del despliegue en la zona de guerra. Saqueo. Consigue efectivo cumpliendo contratos, saqueando o eliminando objetivos. Muy bien, soldado. Vale un punto de descenso para tu equipo. Enemigo entrando en el área. Ataque de racimo enemigo. ¡Cúbrete! Soldado enemigo acercándose. Dron de reconocimiento enemigo en tu área. Soldado enemigo.
And equipment began to arrive at the site, located on the Susquehanna River, to monitor the reactor and to evaluate the physical and radiation hazards to the surrounding communities.
This means it is now considered safe for pregnant women and preschool children to return to their homes within a 5-mile radius of the 3 Mile Island site.
In Britain, truck drivers are expected to end a 27-day-long strike. They will get a pay raise of almost 21%, and that is far above the government's anti-inflation ceiling.
Thursdays after class, we usually go out to eat. Helen would always drink. Later, she would pick her daughter up at school and drive home. One day, there was a terrible accident. Well, what could I have done?
If your friend has too much to drink, don't let her drive. Call a cab. Drive her yourself. We've got to start taking care of each other. That's what friends are for.
Whether the team goes to Moscow for the games or not, and it looks like Americans will not be going.
I'd rather boycott the Olympics today than have to go to war against the Soviets tomorrow.
As they rejected Mr. Carter's call for a boycott, the 16 Olympic committees also rejected an American and British proposal calling for a series of alternate games.
As you know, there is a big debate boiling up around the country. Should we not boycott the Moscow Olympics because of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan?
President Carter's tough line against the Soviets in his State of the Union speech produced a lot of news today. The Russians talked of a return to the Cold War.
It's not enough for you to be a kind of protester to the Russian invasion of Afghanistan.
No, I've always felt that political things should be kept out of sports, and I was very disappointed when they didn't this time.
Saqueo. Consigue efectivo cumpliendo contratos, saqueando o eliminando. Elige un punto de descenso para tu equipo.
¡Prepárense!
UAV enemigo arriba.
¡Me lo devolverás luego!
Hostiles entrando al área. Vigilen el cielo. Ataque aéreo de precisión. ¡Al suelo! Enemigo entrando en el área. Enemigo entrando en el área.
Coming up on the next half hour, Pete Rose will be talking about his record-breaking hitting streak, and Ronnie Millsap, country music's entertainer of the year, whose hits come in gold and platinum. But right now, a station break.
Governor, are you prepared to take the constitutional oath? I am. If you place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me, I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear.
I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
May I congratulate you, sir.
Before departing the Capitol, the President pauses to review troops from all services under the command of Major General Robert Arter, Chairman of the Armed Forces Inaugural Committee.
By which the Polish government recognized the basic right of its people to form free trade unions and to strike. The tragic events now occurring in Poland almost 2 years to the day after the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan have been precipitated by considerable pressure on the Soviet Union. It is no coincidence that Soviet Marshal Kulikov, chief of the Warsaw Pact forces, and other senior Red Army officers were in Poland while these outrages were being initiated. And it is no coincidence that the martial law proclamations imposed in December by the Polish government
que primero ponga el código, entonces.
Elimina todos los objetivos de la
Para mí, yo pongo el código. Ponga Jordi. No, ponga. Que el cura. 60. Cura con el rocket ahí, si viene 27, alguien, se lo tira. 45, 13. Muy buenos a todos, aquí salgo en el video de Jordi, véanme.
Soy famoso.
Soy famoso. Muy bien. Que fue que se Jordi. Bueno, tenemos para nosotros, man. Cubran un toquecito porque se ocupa como que se vea todo.
¿Cuál es el código?
El código era 60 27 45 3. Esta era nuclear, mae.
Tengo caja de munición. ¿Y aquí que todavía no abre? ¿Cuándo abre esta hora?
Mae, no, está por el COVID de cerrado. No lo puedo creer. Hasta nuevo aviso. Ay, ¿qué? Esto es lo que va a explotar.
¿Qué?
Esta es la bomba nuclear, vea.
Ish.
No lo había visto, ¿qué?
Era mi mero paquete. Es grande, ¿ah?
Y me no
Y
hizo
deme
eso.
empleate, voy pidiendo logout.
¿Cuándo? ¿Y cuándo lo
Llega el-
explota? Venga, yo voy con usted. Ya no quiero estar acá.
Y ya. Dislike. Gente, dislike en el video. Yo creo que nos va a mutear.
No, porque se está grabando todo, así que da igual.
Bueno, gente, por culpa de ustedes que vivimos aquí, así que siéntense mal.
Qué lindo Juan Carlos.
Y eres un tóxico.
Voy a comprarme placas, madre, que no tengo ni una. Más esta partida voy con el sniper.
Me dropea, para yo también
Understand what's going on around you. You are in a state of war, and you have precious little time to save yourself. It's a slow process which we call active measures. The first stage being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. The next stage is destabilization. What matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems. The next stage is crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, period of normalization. This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C., who will promise lots of things, never mind whether the promises are fulfillable or not. The time bomb is ticking. With every second, the disaster is coming closer and closer. The danger is real.